Welcome back once again to Milk and Whiskey, where you're going to get a tall glass of recovery with a shot of some humor.
Definitely today.
Yeah, today has been a day.
Very emotional.
Yeah. So we were talking about the topic for what we were going to... You said relapse and recovery, right? What else?
Just the work, the self-loathing, the self-destruction that even after recovery, the things that we don't unpack out of the freezer, the trauma, the reservations.
Yeah, the reservations.
The road, basically the road to relapse.
The road to relapse.
It's always the same formula.
Yeah. So I heard this. I heard this from a speaker tape, I believe, or a guy in a meeting, and I shared it today about we were on this escalator going down, and like for most others it's an escalator, but for drug addicts we're on a de-escalator, right? Because we're always at step zero. We wake up every single day at step zero, right? And we have to take extra steps to get further in life because that escalator is always going down, right? We're going the opposite
step by
way.
step is the way.
Yeah.
Sometimes people wake up on the 13th step.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, needless to say, we had a friend of ours who relapsed last week. Well, it was before that. He had relapsed before. I had him on the first podcast.
Yeah, the physical relapse always happens months or weeks before the spiritual relapse.
And I'll take you guys to my day on Thursday when I received a text from a buddy of mine, and he's like, "Hey, how's Abby doing?" And I'm like, he's fine. I just worked out with him on Tuesday. Why, what's up? He's like, no. I heard from Rich that he ended up relapsing and they had he's in the hospital right now. He had he died. He brought him back to life. And like from that moment, I'm like, luckily there was no tattoos in, or as if there was, I wasn't going to be able to do any, because it gave me a little PTSD from the last time I heard somebody who had a heart attack. One of my friends, I found him in the hospital, brain dead.
Yeah.
And I was like instantly like just shaking from fear. And I was like, am I going to lose him too? Right. And this journey to recovery, right, is never about the destination. It's about the journey, right? Yeah. And along that journey, we lose friends, and I've lost a lot. I've lost a lot of friends along the way. And this guy, he grown to become a really close brother of mine, right? And it's tough to like see that person. And in my his first year back was like whenever I was in the middle of my tattoo journey, like at the beginning, and I had a lot of time to just spend with him all day, all throughout the day for like a year straight, and like we hung out together. He took me to Honduras with him because he was scared to travel by himself, because remarkably every time he goes out of the country, he finds dope.
Yeah. I know that all too well.
So I was like, remarkably, but yeah, any one of us could find dope anywhere, right? And I've grown to love this guy. And when I heard that he had a heart attack and he was in the hospital and his wife wasn't answering, scared me even more. I'm like, I told my like the boss, I'm like, yo, I'm leaving. I gotta go make sure my friend's not dying. And I like try to hold it in, and by the time I hit the door, like I just couldn't anymore. Like I bursted out crying. I'm like, man, I hope he's not dead. And
I'd come hug you, but you're too far away. I told you I should have sat closer. It's gonna get
yeah,
emotional, man. I get it, man. I get it. That helplessness, because we've seen it. We've seen this in recovery, and for those of you that may not know, us addicts and alcoholics, when we come into recovery, the people in the rooms become more family than the family we have. Because when we come into these rooms broken at our lowest form, our loved ones, because we've hurt them so much, they don't trust us. They don't want us near them. They doubt us. They don't trust us. They don't, they won't give us a key. They won't let us in a door. They won't let us in a car. And when you come into the recovery, this is our family that loves us.
yeah. These people that don't know us from a hole in the wall.
And they give you keys, and they give you service commitments, and they give you, Pastor Mike gives you the key to the church. Yeah. Right from the jump. It's like we've been taught, like, you need to earn trust, not here. Here you have it 100%. And even when you betray that trust, we give it to you 100% because we understand the disease of addiction. And
like we know we don't. You really don't want to. You really don't want to do those things.
No, you don't.
We're just enslaved. We're trapped, and on the ride there, I'm like just praying and praying. Just also praying I don't crash into somebody going 100.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I got to get there.
Yeah.
So drive from Lakeland to Dr. Phillips took me about an hour, right? When usually it'll take you an hour and 20, right?
Yeah.
And I got, right before I got there, was like 7 minutes before I pulled up to the hospital, and Charlene called me and she was like, hey, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. I know and he's okay. And I'm like, man, it's just like a sigh of relief. He's just tired right now. And
let me go in there and wake him up.
I was like, well, is he up right now? She's like, yeah, he's up. He's just watching TV or whatever. I'm like, all right, well, I'll be there in 7 minutes. She's like, okay, let me tell him. And then, like, the funny thing is that by the time I got there, right, like I pull up to the parking lot. I walk into, and like I go around the wrong way. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, because I've never been to this hospital before. So I go. Well, I've never been through the main entrance. I've only been to the emergency
room side,
because I've always had to drop people off.
Yeah.
So
it was foreign to your leg.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm, So I go. I get my pass. I go up there and I see his wife talking to the nurse, and there's like the little curtain closed, and she's like, hold on. And then she goes in there, and the nurse is just like standing in front of the curtain. She's like, yeah, I don't think they want any visitors right now. And in my mind, I'm like, if you don't get your little ass out my way, right? Like, I don't care if he doesn't want to see me, like, obviously because I'm selfish, but I'm just like, I see him right there, right?
Yeah.
Like, I see him. I see my friend right there, and he's like, "Hey, I told you not to come." I'm like, "You didn't tell me shit."
Yeah.
I'm here, bro. I'm here for you. And you got to tell this lady to get out of my way because I'm coming in. So he's like, "Yeah, just let him in. Let him in." She's like, "Yeah, you right? You sure?" And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm like a foot taller than you, about 150 pounds more than you.
250.
I'm like, I would definitely move you out of my way just to dap my boy up once.
Yeah. Well, hey, you're lucky they didn't call ice on you, or you would have been in Colombia right now.
Well, hey, look, I'm an anchor, baby. I was born here.
Okay, good. Still,
my mom.
Yeah.
My mom, she came here in the cargo plane.
Yeah.
On the cargo side of the plane, they snuck her in with the plants.
That's crazy.
Like on one of those jumbo jets for the Air Force, actually, because my dad has a uncle that's in the Air Force here.
Right.
So that's how my parents got here.
Stowaway baby. You're a stowaway baby.
No, my brother was a stowaway.
Your brother was? Oh, he was already born.
He was born in Colombia, and then my sister was born in Jersey, and then I was born in Miami.
Okay, papi.
Yeah, but I'm not from Miami. I was just born there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I got to see him, and he told me the story. They found him. I mean, I don't want to give you guys too much because he's gonna be on here later.
Yeah, let him tell his
Yeah,
story. But the
but
point I think is relapse recovery, the work that we need to do internally, because a lot of times we live in a world where we think everything external is what matters, right? I got a
yeah,
nice car. I Instagram my dinner, and those things, I learned in my recovery journey that materialistic stuff does not fill that hole, that void that us addicts have,
yeah, it doesn't like. Whenever I went to Colombia to get clean, it was just to get clean cocaine,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna go to McDonald's to start my diet. Is that fries?
it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I get it. I get it, man.
and it was way cheaper. And like I thought about, you know, relapse. It always starts with something we're just not willing to let go of, right? Like, I, that's all I can think of whenever I relapse was like, what was it that I wasn't willing to do? And it was always the level of honesty that I wasn't ready to have with anybody.
Yeah.
The vulnerability that it takes, and it takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable,
Yeah.
and open with the things that we never thought we would tell anybody. The things that I thought that I was going to take to the grave was the thing that was actually killing me, and I
Yeah.
needed to.
I gave you one of those things that I was gonna take with me to the
Yeah,
grave.
yeah.
And it was
It was
freedom.
it was freeing, right?
Yeah. And the good thing about it, it
You
was
lost you say you lost how much weight?
about 128 pounds.
Yeah, but with that thing that about another 100
Oh, another
pounds,
100.
right?
I think the thing only weighs about 4 ounces. But yeah, lost another. I lost. And if the world would know, it would murder. No, it lifted the world off my shoulders. There's a saying that we go by in recovery that we're only as sick as our secrets.
Yeah.
And I've tried to implement that in all my stuff in life where. I'm like you now. Believe it or not, like I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for you in that sense that you don't hide from your faults. You're an open book, and you speak of it like if you were having peanut butter and jelly on your toast. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that,
Yeah.
And I really respect that, and I kind of mirror that from yourself and other addicts that we're transparent, And I've also noticed especially because this fellowship is about anonymity and kind of almost staying in secret in a way, right?
Yeah.
Where now with social media, I mean, you got Eminem, right? He has a song about recovery, millions of people. So there's no anonymity there, right?
Yeah, there's none.
So it's kind of changed, and it's kind of changed with the time. So I think for addicts today, they have to honor the rules of old school recovery and what's happening now, and we always have this issue too with addicts where they don't want to evolve or
And we think that like the issue with that is like most of us we don't ever believe it that you're gonna understand.
yeah.
Like you don't. If you only knew what I went through,
Right.
if you only knew what I've done,
Yeah, like my story is unique. I'm special.
yeah. No, if it has a name, it's been done before.
Yeah, and the fellowship does say that we focus on our similarities, not
Our differences.
not our differences. It's not like a one up. Like, oh, you overdosed 3 times, I've overdosed 5.
I overdosed on a cruise ship and I had to make my wife spend $10,000 just to get me in.
Hey, I didn't
That
say the
was you.
story. I didn't say that story. I said I overdosed and died. My wife is the one that.
Bro, that was crazy. Like, man, how much did you spend to save this guy's life?
Right? I would have been like, the Lord be with you.
I'm just like, just give him a little bit of bath salt.
Yeah. Oh man, like it's funny that we can laugh, right?
Yeah.
Like last night I was at a meeting and we talked about the first step, which is the most important.
Yeah.
Surrendering and admitting that you're an addict, alcoholic, you have a problem, and the craziest thing about that was a guy was sharing about, I can't say anonymity, but he was sharing and he said something that we could relate to, and it wasn't funny, but we laughed. We laughed because, and he
What did
picked.
he say?
I mean, I guess I could kind of.
You can just say what he
Yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so, oh man, we're the worst at recovering addicts. But he basically was sharing about, he picked up a white key tag and how the way he was in a program, he had a couple months clean, and then, one of the biggest things with addicts is if you come in, they tell you not to have a relationship, and, once you get clean, if you don't have a significant, you kind of long for another person. So he met a girl that he knew she was using, but he had, known her to be, let me take you out, give you a little money, and we party. Ended up that, they got together, they started talking about drugs, they went and copped, and he was like, I only have a little bit of money. If I spend it on drugs, I can't pay her to do, the things that I want to do.
Yeah.
So he's like, how can I get high and get that? And he's like, or how can I get both and save the money? And so we started laughing because it's like going to a restaurant like, I have this money, I can only get this meal, but maybe I get a free apple pie, and then you go in there and you order and you're like, I'm going to steal all this. How can I not spend the money or have somebody else pay for me? That kind of mentality. So we laughed, and some people were just looking at us because it felt like you're laughing at them, but we're laughing because we can relate
Yeah,
to
we're
that.
laughing with you.
We're laughing with you, not at you.
Because we've done it.
We've done it. And the mentality, right? We talked about the justification. And so it's just a vicious cycle. And even listening to Avi's story, like just the justification, like, well, I'm going to do this because of this, and because of this, it's okay to do this. When we know deep down that no, like you don't pick up no matter what. Like, right?
Yeah, no matter what. So like we'll do then that means you're willing to do anything.
Yeah.
To make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And for this addict right here, like I said before, I don't want the misery refunded. I don't we tell each other to play the tape, right? And I could be honest today. We're like, I loved getting high. I loved partying. I loved all the bad shit. I love eating, right? I lost 130 pounds. I love food. But there's a point where it's unhealthy, where it's killing you. And like, we have to recognize that pattern and get to a point where we just realize this is hurting us.
What do you tell the people that for those where the tape doesn't exist at times? Because like I hear you,
but everybody, that's the thing. Everybody's got a tape.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
The tape is basically replaying the last time you got high, right?
Yeah. Or the tape could just be any decision in life. Like, okay, example. We all have a tape. It doesn't have to be drug related. If a stove is hot and it just shut it off and you go to touch that, what's going to happen?
You're going to get burned.
You're going to get burnt, right? But there's times where,
you forget that the stove is hot.
Yeah. Yeah. We have that forget problem. And you kind of know, but in a way you're like, I got to get this pan. I want to cook something else or I got to whatever.
It can't be that hot.
Yeah. Right. Like, oh, yeah, I'm
just going to touch it really quick.
Yeah. And you end up getting burned. And then you go, oh, shit. So that's kind of the same thing where we only play the beginning. We play the like copping, getting high, having sex, having fun, drinking, smoking, all the quote unquote things that we think are good. But then you don't go to the fact that, you get a DUI, you crash and you kill somebody, you overdose, you stress your family out. You come home.
And we don't play it all the way through because that's why we're clinically insane.
That's the disease. The disease doesn't want you to know the truth.
Yeah, like for those who have tried to play the tape all the way through, the only thing that's going to allow you to do that is a power greater than yourself. Is God.
Yeah.
Right?
It's got to start.
Because without God, that tape doesn't even exist for me.
Yeah.
And like you have to like it was said, the only thing that's going to help you get past that is God, and may you find him now. Right? Not in the past, not in the future, right now in this moment while I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Getting connected to that power is what we're all about. And how you do it is getting vulnerable with not only another human being, but with
Getting buck
God.
naked. I've heard it say before.
Butt
You gotta get
naked.
buck naked with
You
yourself.
know?
Like you can't have no hidden. Nothing's hidden. Everything's out in the
Yeah.
open.
At least with one person,
Yeah.
you know? At least with one person who you trust, you tell them your whole story,
Yeah.
your whole life story, and leave nothing out. And when I did this with my sponsor, he didn't care about my inventory. He didn't care about the my resentments, my fears, or my conduct. He said, I want to know about the things that you didn't put in there.
Yeah. To set you free. Set
You
yourself
know,
free. I mean,
like,
if you think about it, obviously the step work's derived from the Bible,
yeah.
and also if you study like religion and whatever, however you may feel about it, in Catholic, I grew up Catholic. There's a reason why you have a priest and you go and confess your sins, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something therapeutic about that weight, that sickness.
I think it's even more it's even better than therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's spiritual.
Yeah, spiritual.
Right? Like
Right.
it's because imagine a cup being full, right? And you're so full of what? And it's yourself.
Full of shit.
Yeah, it's full of shit or yourself.
Yeah.
Selfishness and self-centeredness.
Yeah.
And we usually don't think so. Like, how could I be full of me? Can't you see all I care about is me? Like,
Yeah.
but we need the cure to that is selfless, and we can't be selfless when we're so full of ourselves,
Right.
right? So we have to empty those things out, the things that are spilling over, so we have room for those things for the new things to come in, right?
Yeah.
And I've talked to you about our spiritual bodies being refrigerators, and we're storing.
Yeah. Trauma and secrets and dark shit.
And you can't stay spiritually fit on bad food,
Yeah.
right? We don't care about how the meat went bad or how the milk got spoiled and how the eggs got rotten. We care about you throwing it out so we can get some fresh fruit, get some fresh meat,
Pause.
Pause. Get some fresh eggs and some coffee up in there.
Some veggies.
And the longer I've stayed sober, the more I realize there's some little things still dangling at the end of the cup, at the bottom of the cup, that I'm just not willing to pour all the way out.
Right.
It's the daily grind, the daily struggle that probably any normal. When I say normal, I say you respond. Non-addicts, non-drug addicts, alcoholics. Those are the things that they struggle with, right? And to even be at that point, it's like strenuous effort to face and be rid of the things that block us.
Yeah.
Right? And like what you were saying earlier about how you were at the beginning of your recovery, you were more of a piece of shit, right?
Yeah. Like you think that you're good, but I was still a piece of shit. I just removed the drugs. You know what I mean? Like we have this thing where we hold up like a piece of paper or a napkin. I don't have one now.
Hold on.
Here's one. Here. So they do it like this.
Is that your booger napkin?
Hey, shh.
Don't drop it.
I won't. It's stuck here. So basically, these are all your problems, right? And this right here, this is what the fellowship does. It removes the alcohol and the drugs. But you're still left with all these problems. You still got all these character defects, all these things that you struggle with, and you carry them in here forever, right? Because the fellowship, being sober and clean only remove that. This stays with you. And this is what you work on, Obviously, when you add the drugs, it's like you said, that cup, I still have my cup full of stuff.
Yeah.
The drugs just make everything spill out and be a mess.
You're spilling all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a daily reprieve. It's a daily work, and we have to do because we're not just addicts but just in general, right? With today's social media and how we all appear to ourselves, we're measured by like how we look, what we wear, what we drive, what we have, all these material things that don't don't make you a better person. Don't make you a good person, and you got to do the work inside, the way you treat people, the way people want to come around you, the way, like you said, we sponsor different people or you mentor different people,
Yeah.
and then, you're being filled with non-material things, because for this addict today, it's about the relation. It's not about. I mean, I used to chase money and prestige and these things, and I still have them, obviously, but I don't worship them. Like my relationship with God. Like I don't worship like the fun, the place, the drugs, the places, the hotels, the jail, like all the worldly stuff. I start my day with God, recovery, family, friend, and it just kind of comes that way, but I have to start with, for me at least, for this addict, I got to start with God. That's the higher power of my understanding, Jesus Christ, my faith, and speaking of that, I feel like, I've been doing a lot of thinking because we've had friends die here, overdosing and they didn't make it, some have made it back, and the common denominator is the most dangerous thing, I think, is for a recovering addict who's been working this program that has mustered up a little bit of clean time and relapses. It's kind of like losing your faith in church, where you know what you got to do, but you just turn your back on God. So I pray that any relapsing addicts don't turn their back on the fellowship, because it works. It works. And if it doesn't work, or you feel like, because that's the biggest fear that we have, and we've spoke about this with my sponsor and different people, is that especially like when you relapse, that addict goes, well, I guess it doesn't work,
Yeah.
But then they tell us it works if you work it. And usually relapsing addicts stopped working it.
Yeah. Like for those people who have that experience, can you truly say that you've worked it? Because in how it
Yeah.
works, it's the ones who don't recover either cannot or will
Well, no,
not.
it's will not.
It's no, it's either cannot or will not. Cannot because they have other mental
Right.
illnesses,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and will not because they just strictly will
Don't
not.
want to do it. Yeah.
They just won't do it. Like, because in my experience, I was will not.
Yeah. I just came up with a new slogan. You either can or you Narcan.
Narcan.
You can or you Narcan. It's not funny,
Can.
but
Yeah.
you either can or Narcan, because that's really where it ends up,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess nowadays, because they're putting fentanyl on everything now,
Everything.
even crack and
Even weed,
even
everything.
weed. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're spraying it with spraying weed with the
Fentanyl.
fentanyl. Just to give it a little extra.
Little
Huh?
boost, like turbo, like putting turbo on a Honda Civic.
Yeah. Well, if ultimately
No, not turbo. Jet fuel. Jet fuel booster.
if you're the one selling the sugar, you want to put sugar in everything.
Yeah.
You know, the sugar is the fentanyl, right? So like you want to put fentanyl in everything, and there's today in the rehab that I go to and speak, I always ask, hey, what brought you here? What brought you here? What brought you here? And a lot of them, more often than not, say, well, I'm a cokehead, but I got woken up because I overdosed on fentanyl, and I have no idea how.
I got
Or
that.
I do Percocets, but they gave me a
Fake
fentanyl.
Fentanyl pill,
Yeah, fentanyl pill. Or I just drink. There's always 1% of the people that just drink.
Yeah.
Or I would say, I guess it's 10, because there's usually like 10 to 15 people.
Yeah,
And
there's
out
gonna
of
be a
that-
lot of drink. I mean, there's a lot of AA meetings.
Well, no, the thing is that like when I say 10, because they're like 1 out of 10 people, right? So
Right.
1 out of
Okay,
10
that
to
makes
15
sense.
people. So that's 10% technically,
Yeah.
right? But everybody else they're drug addicts, and it was never really ultimately fentanyl for, I would say, half of them. Half of them are just straight crackheads. The other ones are both, or all of it,
Yeah.
right? Or everything, right? A lot of them are, if not all of them, are pretty much everything. Anything you give us, I always ask, it wasn't your drug of, what is your drug of choice? It's what is your drug of no choice, Because
Yeah.
if I had a choice, I was gonna do your shit before I do my shit.
Yeah.
You know?
That's selflessness right there.
Yeah. The
Selfishness.
Yeah, because I was gonna do it no matter what, right? If getting high is I'm gonna get high no matter what, that means you have no choice, correct?
Yeah. Well, we're not.
Well,
what did they say?
well-
We're not responsible for a disease, but we're responsible for our recovery. So
Well, I'm
you
saying
do always have a choice.
in addiction,
Yeah.
we have two alternatives. Every addict has two alternatives. We have two choices. One is to continue on.
The road of recovery.
No.
Oh, continue using.
Drugging and using and
drinking.
And drinking or blotting out the miserableness. The other is seek spiritual help.
Yeah.
Whatever it looks like, because we don't have a monopoly on God. It could be recovery groups. It could be religion. It could be anything. As far as I'm concerned, you have to just find a spiritual help, right?
It's like multiple streams of income. You got to find.
That's my main problem with recovery centers is they're capitalizing on our disease by helping us, trying to sell this dream, knowing that we need God and they can't sell God.
Well, not everybody believes in God, and a lot of these treatment centers are funded by the government.
And you can't be like, hey, we ain't got the answer, but God does.
Yeah.
Right,
because then they're like, oh, I don't need you.
Yeah, we don't. Oh, we don't need you.
Yeah.
Why am I paying you $10,000 a month, or some places $10,000 a week, just to be here? And mind you, I didn't go to one rehab at all. Like when I was trying to get sober for the first time, I didn't go to any rehab. I didn't go to detox. I detoxed on a bench in the back of the West Side Club, and this guy took me in. So I'm a testament that, obviously
every story is different.
Every story is different. I wasn't extremely addicted to alcohol, right? Because most alcohol, you need a medical detox.
Yeah.
Because you can die.
Yeah.
Your organs shut down. I wasn't addicted to fentanyl because I had the normal reaction. I tried it once. I said, never again. I need some more crack. I had to know. I was like, what is this? Ugh. My body repelled it. I'm like, give me some more crack. Hurry. I felt like the life force was getting stuck from me.
That was the drug choice for you. Yeah.
I'm like, give me the pipe.
Terrible that we laugh about this today.
Yeah.
Give me
the glass dick.
Then you were all in. You were like,
yeah, they've called that all different types of shit. Yeah. It's like the devil's dick. Like,
yep, devil's dick.
But yeah, so whenever I came, I didn't really have to get medically detoxed. I was just like,
you went cold turkey.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I did.
Yeah, if I can't get sober,
that's difficult.
If I can't get clean and sober with this book and God,
there's no hope.
There's no hope for me.
Amen.
And it's been on March 19th. It'll be 7 years.
February 13th, 6 years for me coming up.
6 years. Yeah.
I don't have relapse in my story yet. We were actually talking because of my wife was the one that found out about it.
You're eligible too.
Right? Yeah, and she's like, hey, and we just kind of talk, and she's like, if you ever use, right, it's over, and I'm like, yeah, not over but she meant like our marriage, our family, which is true, but I'm like, if I use, I'm not coming back. I'm not. I see it all the time. I know when we're young men and women, we have to, we see examples in our lives, like divorce, relationships, touching the stove. You see it, and if you do it, you're going to get burnt or you're going to suffer.
Yeah.
And we have to learn, because I know as an addict, I got to learn the fucking hard way. So I'll touch and I have to experience the pain.
I'm like,
but since
life is good, let me go get burned.
Yeah, but since I started recovery, I really, and this is kind of fucked up to say, but this is my truth, I really learned from these examples of people dying and overdosing, and I pray for them. But I know I have a sickness, and it's an incurable, progressive disease that wants me dead. And when I see these examples in real time, they make me realize, like, I'm not special. My
Yeah.
story's not different. I don't have relapse in my story yet, and I don't want that yet to ever happen, right? But I can't just hope for it. I can't pray for it. I have to work. I have to put some action into it. You know what I'm
Yeah, if it
saying?
was gonna happen, it should have happened in the first year.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah,
I
at least.
remember.
Like
Listen,
now, it's like,
yeah, now no, now it's like, listen, the first year, man, I obsessed still, even though the
yeah,
obsession was removed per se. I thought about it. I played the tape halfway because I never played it all the
yeah,
way, you know. And now coming into this season of my recovery, it's like, you know, I am part. I've gotten it in my thick skull because when you come as an addict, somehow you were rewired incorrectly. You know, I know
yeah,
God's perfect, but something happened in the womb where wires were crossed on accident, and so I have to rewire my brain correctly in recovery, and that's where I'm at today. And you know, today I don't look at drugs like I did. There used to be an escape. There used to be
yeah,
like a playground, like a place to where I didn't have to deal with stuff, you know. And today I'm willing to deal with it. I mean, I've had more pain in these almost 6 years of recovery than I did all my years of active addiction. Because in active addiction, you know, I managed to keep my marriage intact, my business, some of my relationships, the professional ones at least,
yeah,
my finances, you know. And in recovery, I've been at rock bottom financially. I've been lost. I've been overweight by 130 pounds. I was trapped inside my body with the disease of addiction, with the seven deadly sins of. I let I was out of my house for 8 months. Was
yeah,
literally at the divorce in front of the lawyers at the divorce table, ready to. It's done, and but God did. But God stepped in, just like when I overdosed. You know, God stepped in, and He pulled me out of the depths of hell, and that's why today I'm part of the No Matter What Club.
yeah,
You know, I don't pick up no matter what. My first sponsor, God rest his soul, you know, he said the best amends you can make to the people around you for using and destroying their lives and putting them through so much misery is staying clean. Because that's what's going to show people that I mean this, that I live this, you know, that I want to change my life. Because
yeah,
you know, that's the only way to show them, because my actions, my words in the past, they showed nothing but the opposite, you know.
yeah.
So it's a daily thing for me.
And you know what I truly believe about us drug addicts and alcoholics and anybody that has that sense of obsession towards any
Self-harm.
substance. No, I'm saying like the obsession for any substance or anything to be relieved is that we all long for that continuous conscious connection to God,
Yeah,
right?
conscious contact with God.
And we we feel the disconnection more than others, I believe. And like the more obsessed and the harder you ran out there in the streets, God has an even stronger mission for you, for him and his kingdom, and how
Bigger than what we
he wants
understand.
to use you, right? And how the I mean, I hate using this term, but the enemy like wants to distract us, and or if it's not the enemy, it's our selfishness
Yeah,
that wants to distract us and keep us in disconnect and in merry-go-rounds, right?
yeah,
It's like the that trolley always going in circles and in circles, right? It's the what is that saying um about the circus?
not my circus, not my monkey.
Yeah, something like that. Not my circus, not my no, no. It's the monkey's off my back, but
Yeah.
but the circus is still in town.
Still in town. Okay.
You know, the monkey's off our back, but the circus is still in
Yeah.
town.
That monkey's always on our
Yeah,
back.
and like in that circus, I believe that we can take our obsessions and then turn them towards something good.
Yeah.
We can use it for God's glory and God's power and God's will in order for us to transcend past our lifetime, right? We can ricochet into other people's lives and impact the world in such a way, one person at a time,
Pause.
you know? I don't know where the pause came from, but
I shot my shot.
yeah, I mean, I just truly believe that, because in my life, whenever I choose, like, because like you said, once I've chosen recovery and spiritual help,
Yeah.
we get a boatload of choices, right? And it's always like, all right, how am I going to use my God-given skills
Yeah.
to
To
not only
impact
perfect
others.
and enlarge my spiritual life through work and self-sacrifice for others, but how am I going to do that? Like, how am I going to try to impact someone else's life today? How am I going to bring God into every single circumstance and every single day? And I don't do it perfectly, right? And I mess up and I fall short, and I get to make amends and then regroup and do it again, try it again tomorrow, right? Because that's what God gives us. And God gives us today in search of tomorrow, knowing it'll never get here,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I feel like I'm glad that we've met, like
Pause.
you've impacted me in a lot of different ways and helped me in a lot of different ways,
And same to you.
like, I don't know if I remember telling, I don't know if I told you this before, but like, I remember seeing you on Facebook before I ever met
And
you.
you thought I was cute.
No, I was just like, I was like, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
He does wild, dumb shit that I would like to be a part of.
Yeah. Sure.
you know?
A lot less now than before, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's in recovery too. I'm like, and he looks like he knows what
I'm enjoying it
he knows
now.
what it's about.
Yeah.
Like, we're not a glum lot.
Nope.
We enjoy our lives. We get to do things that we thought we'd never be able to do. And
Someone said to me the other day, it was like, man, I see you either on social media, I see you driving around town, I see you at church, this, that. You do a lot of things, I'm like, when I overdosed and I woke up, man, I told myself, I'm like, man, God, you're so amazing. You're so merciful. You're giving this undeserving, worthless, I felt at the time, addict, you're giving me a second chance. That's multiple because I've overdosed a few times, and it's like you've given me a chance. You've given me my life back. You're giving me my family, my friends, relationships, and I want to honor him. I don't have to do these things anymore. I get to do these things. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like I live. When you overdose, I don't know how it is for other addicts, but when I overdosed, I woke up, and once I started being clean, I felt like I died that day, right? And I feel like in the multiverse and Marvel, like I feel like today I'm living an alternate reality
yeah.
that I know I don't deserve, but only by the grace of God I'm here, and I'm so grateful, and I get to be around the people that I love. I get to impact lives. I get to do. So
It feels surreal.
yeah. So I don't want to sleep. I don't want to. My wife says, "You got FOMO. You got FOMO. You want to do this, that." It's not. Maybe in the past it was. Maybe I wanted to be in this cool scene. But like my FOMO is like I want to spend time with my family, with my kids,
Because
with
you've
my
missed
church.
out on so much too.
Well, yeah. Because but no, it's just like God's giving me a second chance. I can't waste the breath in my lungs. So when I wake up, I'm ready for whatever. I'm a vessel today. Before, I gave my will and care to God as I understood Him in my life, in my spirit, and I'm a vessel. Like I don't wake up and walk where I want anymore. I just get on this vessel and I said, Lord, wherever I need to be of service to others, to be outside of myself, to be a vessel, to be a positive role model, impactful. Like I was just sharing this last night. Like I'm a coach to my son's basketball team. Like these parents allow me to spend time
With
with these young
children that
men.
aren't mine.
They're on mine, and they trust me in the car, and I have the craziest thing is like they've met me, they've seen my character because today that matters to me, right? How I conduct myself. I still fall short every day. I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
my
We're
moments,
all human.
but they forgive me, they love me, they see me for who I am, and the biggest testament is like some of these kids, like the parents are like, we've never let our son sleep over, but when you asked us, we trusted you fully.
Yeah.
You know, like how much that means to me. Like me, like I'm trusted with other people's children, and
Yeah.
so today I take that seriously. I can't
It's
betray that trust. You know,
it's like a plate of honor.
yeah, it's amazing,
A
and
badge
like,
of honor. I meant.
and I have a relationship with my children. You know, we text each other about scripture. We forgive each other. We talk about like, hey, I want to have a better relationship with you, or hey, I'm sorry. Like my son the other day was like, I'm sorry I was so short with you. I love you. I know you're trying to be a great dad to me, and I love you for that. And to me, those are the things that money can't buy. You know, when the kids are like, "Yo, Mr. Ray,"
And your son says that. I wish my son was.
well, he'll get there.
Yeah, yeah,
He'll
yeah.
get there. You know, and listen, it's been a rough road because he didn't
Yeah.
always feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes, it's a lot of work, right? They say don't leave before the miracle happens. I have a
'Cause
lot of
you were in your
miracles.
son's life his whole life. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of miracles today. I mean, God gave me my marriage. Like I said, in recovery, I lost my father. I lost three of my sponsored friends, brothers, family members in the fellowship. I lost my best friends in life, two of them. I've got like one left. I got one. I've had four friends that I grew up with. Two have died already. One overdose, one heart attack. The other one is doing well, but he was in jail. He got out. He turned his life around. And then I have one more friend who's still out there in active addiction. And, you know, same thing. He's fighting, right? But
Yeah.
one day I'm afraid I'm going to get that call too, like, hey, he overdosed. And that's what I want to avoid. You know, like I know I'm going to die one day. We all going to die. But I pray, like I see in the meetings when they put a chair for someone that's passed away in overdose. Like I've noticed people who die in overdose, we care for them, we mourn them, we put an empty key tag or coin on the chair. But I've noticed that the ones that die clean, they're still talked about, they're still remembered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's my goal. My goal is to die clean. Like whatever when they say Ray died like
That's the
this,
destination.
the destination is
To
he
die
died
clean.
clean,
Like
died sober, and
we
that's the goal.
we died with multiple people in our corner. Yo,
Hey, what's good? What's good?
what's up?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey,
What's up, brother?
guys. Hey,
Yeah, we.
that's tight, dude. This is cool, man. I actually just got off a phone call with a dude named Ross from South Venice,
Yeah.
and I doing my thing. So I'm driving a whole bunch today, and part of what I do is I call them meetings on the road, and I call this dude Ross. Is like, I don't know who this guy is, so I called him. He said, "Hello." I said, "Hey man, I'm Kevin. I'm an alcoholic. I don't know where I met you." We just talked for 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Just talked for 20 minutes, bro. And, dude said it took him 12 years before he worked the steps.
Okay.
It took him 12
Three.
years. Said he was miserable.
He had 12 years back to back. Like he'll do 12 and then go out, 12 and then go out. Or
No. He's saying it took him 12 years of being sober before he worked the steps.
oh wow.
And they said it's nuts. Yeah, I said you don't have to do it like that. But what we talked about was, hey man, you don't gotta. We don't like it when we hear people say, if you're gonna be miserable, just go drink. If you don't like what we say, just don't let the door hit you in the ass. If you don't do that, just don't drink. Because you don't know, like, I don't know, man. It took me 20 years of coming in and out of AA and doing whatever I had to do. Hell, it took me a year and a half of not drinking and doing cocaine to stop doing cocaine. I'm 6 months clean and sober, bro.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Whatever.
You said cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Bro. Oh, but yeah, talking about cocaine. Remember that time I got you cocaine?
So this dude, we're up in Delaware. So Axel, for some reason, makes friends with some biker chick.
Yeah.
And I think I put some time together and I started drinking again. And Axel was like, all right, come on, we're gonna go out with his people. And like, we go out. So Axel's bright idea, which it was not a bad idea. It was like, we're gonna get this dude real fucked up. And
And rob him.
No.
Yeah.
No, not real fucked up. Keep going.
Well, yeah, and Axel said, Axel found me a bag of blow, bought it for me and everything. Here, do this.
Merry Christmas.
I was like 2.5 years clean too.
You were clean too?
Yeah, I was.
That's crazy.
Well, the thing was is that I was a sponsor, and he had relapsed, and I'm like, the only way we can speed up this process of him like getting miserable is if
I get him more drugs.
If I get him as high as I can, you know.
And then he took you camping.
Wait, what I remember here, so here's the next morning is I had the biker chick's cell phone had somehow wound up in my pocket. So I'm all like paranoid and scared to boot. So I get home and I take this thing apart and I throw it away in the trash compactor. And Axel says, Kevin, that chick is connected. She will send dudes to whip our ass. And so I crawled inside of the compactor. I still remember all the maggots that were in there.
Oh my God.
What did you throw in the compactor?
He threw the girl's cell phone away because it was in her car.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I was like, bro, I got him scared as fuck. I was like, yo, she's going to send bikers after us because he was still fucked up.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
She crawled in and I got her SIM card back out, digging through other people's trash. It was so nasty if I could still see it.
And then he went and bought her another phone too.
He said
Bought her another phone.
He said when you came out of the trash compactor, you were licking your hands like a cat.
Well, that's how I like it, you know? That's how I liked it, dude. Put garbage in, garbage out, man.
Amen.
Oh
you get what you put in.
Yeah.
That's it, dude.
And let me call you back here in a minute, all right?
Yeah, no sweat, dude. I love you guys.
Love you, man.
Love you too, bro. Thanks for being on the podcast, brother.
See you. Yeah, man. Happy to be here.
You'll be in the reels.
Yeah.
Virtual podcast.
All right.
See ya.
See it.
Trash compactor trauma.
Yeah, so that's my buddy Kevin. Like, he's the only person who I've kept in contact since I used to do the Amazon job.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because like first time I met him too, like it's just God tells me about certain people, right? Like the first day I met him, God said, "You're gonna know that guy for life."
Yeah.
You know, he tells me that about almost every person who's still in my life today. You know, he's like, yo,
tell me more about when you first saw me on Facebook.
He was God was like, you're gonna know that guy for life.
He must be punishing you then.
Yeah. Bro, that time we went to Honduras, oh my God. Like so for those who understand,
we're on mission with the church.
Yeah. We go on mission trips. You know, he's gone almost every single year, right?
Yeah.
And
except 1 year during the pandemic, we all got.
Yeah. So we're building an orphanage out there in Honduras, our church is. And this is my first year, I believe, right? My first year going out there.
And I missed last year.
Yeah. I'm probably going to miss this year because we're saving for our wedding.
Okay.
And.
Bro, that's one tattoo for you.
Shh.
Cheap. All right, go ahead.
No. But I mean, I might still go. Honestly, I don't know. But you said that's one tattoo. No, that's like two. That's 2 all day sessions.
Yeah, you can do one. Good.
You know, I can make it one if I want to, depending on who it is. But if it's for you, then you know it's one. But
it's gonna be more.
Yeah. But I guess the Pastor Mike or Mike, they thought that it'll be okay to put the two drug addicts in the same room,
thinking it was going to turn out
right?
fine.
And they're like, you guys would be all right. And I'm like,
You're both in recovery. Y'all get along.
Well, you guys were. I think they knew that me and you were both also like not talking to each other. Well, you were mad at me for some reason. I had no idea. Right? You were mad.
Yeah, I was mad because you gave me your word, and when you get in recovery, you have to honor your word as a man. I've learned that. And he gave me his word he would come help me. And the day to come help, no call, no show, and gave me a bullshit excuse. That's what pissed me off.
Yeah.
So I was kind of mad.
Whatever excuse it was not okay to leave you high and dry. I believe that.
Yes.
And we go to
Honduras.
We go to Honduras, and bro, he's like fucking Darth Vader with his sleep apnea machine every single night. Also, he's taking the key from me, right? He takes the damn key. He's like, oh, I got these presents coming to the room. I got to make sure I'm here. I got the key. I have no access to the room. I'm like, bro, just leave it at the front door, at the front desk. Like, why do you have to have the key? You know how many times I was left locked out of the damn room.
These rooms in Honduras, it's not like the Hilton where you have a safe. So my passport, I had to take the passport, lift up the mattress, put it in the middle of the mattress so nobody would steal it. But then, as an addict, I knew that they're going to lift the mattress, so I would put a little bit of money at the entrance of the mattress. So in case they did, they'd be like, all right, I got the money, I'm out. So
you were doing that?
Yeah, I was trying to protect my passport.
Oh, that was where the money came from.
Yeah, there'd be money all over. You see?
I'm just gonna take a little bit.
Plus, there was a lot of young people, and I'm an old guy, so I had a routine: wake up, go to work, get to the room, lay down. He would go in and out, go here, go there. So I'm like, I know addicts. You're gonna lose the key.
I've never lost the key.
You did actually. I gave it to you for like 5 seconds, and then you misplaced it. And after that,
I misplaced it for 5 seconds. If anything,
that was all it took. And from there,
I think you just making up shit. I don't remember misplacing.
You misplaced it. You left it by the poolside. You're like, where's the key? Oh, I left it by the poolside.
Well, yeah, because I was so used to not having it.
Touche. I give you that. Yeah, anyway.
I'm like, what?
And you're a heavy sleeper, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I am a heavy sleeper.
You are.
I mean, I think as soon as we closed the door and I closed my eyes, I fell asleep.
You were out, bro. I would wake up, open the door, slam it, turn on the light, take a shower, and you're dead. Like, I'm like, yo, wake up, and you're
I have this alarm, like I won't wake up.
Internal.
Like my internal alarm is like, all right, I'm gonna sleep for 7 hours.
Yeah, and that's it.
No matter what.
Even if the place is set on fire.
Yeah, I'll burn with it. You're gonna have to carry me out.
Carry me out.
And I'm a heavy 280.
You come out like a raisin net.
Yeah.
All right. No, but we had fun. We had fun on that mission trip.
Yeah,
we bonded.
You did so much work giving us waters all the time.
Of course, bro.
Fanning us while we were sitting there.
The water boy in the NFL is also a very important job.
Yeah.
Plus, I was like 130 pounds heavy.
Thanks, Adam Sandler.
I wasn't trying to have a heart attack out
like
there.
Fat ass Adam Sandler.
Yeah. I translated. I drove the buses, and I drove the.
Oh yeah, and that year, you helped us out of a little
almost getting murdered.
Bender fender.
Yeah, that too.
Fender bender.
Yeah.
I said bender fender.
Fender bender.
Fender bender. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it like? Ethan would like fucking ran some guy over or something?
Yeah. No, he backed into a guy and he said he had all this damage from the back end. I was like, that shit was there. But, we solved it with a couple $100.
A couple $100 pesos.
Yeah. There's no insurance there. There's no take a picture, make a claim.
Yeah. How much was it?
I think it was a couple $100. It was
dollars?
Yeah.
Oh,
which is a lot of money over there. Guy was trying to get enough money for a new car. It wasn't happening.
Yeah, he's like, come on, I need a car.
We got through.
Crackhead guy.
We're like, we know addicts anywhere in the world.
Yeah. I didn't know that they would sell their food for drugs over there.
Yeah.
Because as soon as when
you can go to a pharmacy and see a doctor and he'll prescribe you painkillers. That's what I did.
When I went there last year, me and Mariah, we went out to eat one morning down the street around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was like, "Hey, can I
Did you guys stay in the same room?
And then, no. And we did at the end. We just went and bought our own room.
Yeah.
You know, but we had to pay for it. So
of course.
But when we went to breakfast, this guy was asking for money, and we
Who
were
did
like,
you room with?
I roomed with my brother.
I would have get out, go sleep on the couch.
I tried to be like, hey, go sleep with Brooke, but Brooke was with her mom.
Yeah.
You know, and then my mom was with some other old lady.
I would have put your brother in the lobby.
Yeah, no. But it was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we ended up getting him a plate of food, and he was like, "Can I get it to go?" And as soon as we did that, after he left, the guy was like, "You shouldn't have let him do that because now he's gonna go sell it for drugs."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's people that will buy the food.
I'm like, what the heck?
Yep.
It's like if you wanted him to eat the food, you gotta let him. Like, no, you gotta eat it here.
Yeah.
Like that's bad. Like where you had a place where.
Yeah, it's like the homeless people by the Wawa. They're like, "Can I get money
don't want
to
a
eat?"
Sandwich?
Yeah, can I get money to eat? I'm like, "Okay, I'll buy you a sandwich." You come out, you give them a sandwich, and they're like, "I don't want that."
Bro, whenever I was panhandling and people would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you some food," I'm like, "Can you just give me the $20?" Like, they'll give me a sandwich and the fucking chips and see me like watch me eat it. I'm like,
you're like, "I'm lactose intolerant. I need cash."
I'm like. I'm like,
you should have been like, "Can I get food and $4 to take the bus to the shelter?"
No, what I started to do was like, I need $20 for.
Kick the microphone. There was a microphone on there.
Oh. I'll stop kicking it.
No, the first time I did that.
Yeah. So I kept telling people, I was like, "Hey, I need diapers. I need diapers." So they're like, "Well, because I can't get diapers there." I'm like, "Oh, there's a dollar store right there. I'm gonna go get the dollar store go get the diapers from over there."
Anyway.
Yeah, but
I think that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's all we got for today.
We'll end it on the depends.
It depends. Next week I'll have my buddy on. Avi, he'll enlighten us with
his story.
With his story, his relapse, and it
his
was
comeback story.
His comeback. And yeah. Thanks.
That's it. Peace.